Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Twist Gaming. We are here live at Gen Con 2017 in lovely Indianapolis, Indiana, and I am here with Chris, the designer of Highlander from B&B Games. Chris, tell me a little bit about Highlander the Duel.
Definitely. In Highlander the Duel, you're taking on the role of one of the immortals from the classic film Highlander. You're either going to be playing as the Kurgan or Connor MacLeod in an epic duel to see who can be the last man standing. There can be only one. Who can do 12 damage first to their opponent. The game consists of a number of rounds where we're going to be taking turns going back and forth as offensive and defensive player, playing combat cards, lining up our combat cards to see how much damage we're doing to each other, and if any special abilities trigger.
Awesome, it's very exciting. How did you come up with the idea for the game? You've done some really amazing games before, so I'm guessing this is going to be another game in the line of awesomeness.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, I've always been a fan of Highlander since the 90s when the TV show was on the air. I loved the film. I was a big martial artist in my younger days, and I always wanted to do something with the brand, with the IP, and a really great opportunity came along working with Studio Canal and Davis Panzer Productions, and it just everything worked out. Everything lined up. We had a really great game I was been working on for a while, a little dual 2v2 game and a little bit of tweaks here and there. Work with the licensor, great company, and we're really excited to be working with them to make Highlander the Duel a reality.
Very exciting. I know each designer kind of has their own route when they're making a game. I know the common ones are either you start with your theme, your mechanics, or your emotions. What kind of designer would you consider yourself if you had to classify yourself?
I don't do theme. I do theme last.
Okay, that works.
So for me, it would be the design, and then the emotion, and then the theme. So in this particular game, the design is 2v2 combat, and a fast-paced combat where with one or two card plays, you can really get the flow of how combat works and how the cards interact with each other, and then building upon that to make special combos with special ability tie-ins, with character abilities, and then tie in the brand from there.
Very cool. So. Okay. Let's go through, take me through a couple of rounds of the Highlander.
So right now we're going to go ahead and just do 1 or 2 rounds of combat. You're going to start off as the offensive player.
Can we talk a little bit about quickly just the game setup here?
So for the game setup, we've shuffled up all the cards to create the combat deck. We begin with 1 random card in our hand and 2 cards face up in the center. We're going to begin with you, the offensive player, by choosing 1 combat card that's face up or taking 1 card off the top of the deck. We're going to go back and forth choosing cards until we have 5 cards in our hand. Then we're going to play our cards simultaneously, 1 at a time, playing our card, revealing them, lining them up to see how much damage is dealt. If any special abilities trigger, they would then trigger, and then we would keep going for 4 rounds of combat until we have 1 card left in our hand, at which point we're going to discard all the combat cards in play, put out a fresh batch of cards. The offensive player changes to me, and now you're defensive, and then we begin another round, which once again begins with getting the cards in the hand, and then at the actual duel itself.
Sounds good. Now, Floyd took me through this round. He said that the Kurgan goes first because they're mean and evil and awful.
They do.
They steal the first round.
Yes, the Kurgan does go first in this game. So I'm going to go ahead and go first. I'm going to choose a random combat card off the top of the deck to add to my hand.
Okay. I get to do the same?
You can. You can take a random card or one of the face-up cards, trying to make special combos, seeing if you can get your cards to line up. This is going to be interesting. There is one really interesting twist with this card. As you can see on the combat card, on the top we have 5 different combat positions, and every card has different combinations thereof. And at the bottom we have what we call the follow-up bar. So if my first attack that I play can be anything, but the second attack that I play must include at least 1 icon that's shown on the follow-up bar of the previous card. And if that way I'm giving some information to you. So I'm like, I attack on the left. Now you know, okay, well he now has to attack on the right or in the center. But I can break that rule and play whatever I want, but if I do, I take a damage. So there's a cost to do that.
Oh, I didn't realize that there was that rule in it.
Yes, it's pretty tricky. That's, especially for the Kurgan. He likes cheating. He has to take some damage to do it, but that's an ability. And another thing, too, is we have special abilities here that we can unlock as the game progresses. Once you've taken 5 damage, you unlock your special ability. We both have different first abilities. And once we take 9 damage, we unlock our second ability, and we both have the secondary ability. We're the mirror image of each other. So the Kurgan, of course, is offensive, so he gets his offensive ability first, and then his defensive ability, whereas MacLeod starts with the defensive ability and unlocks his offensive. So it's, well, you'll see how it goes right now. So let me see. I'm going to take a card. I'm looking at my follow-up bar because I don't want to take extra damage. This really stinks. I don't want to take that card or that card. But yeah, I'm going to take this blue card, and I'll flip out the next one.
Okay. So now I get to take a peek around to see
Yes.
What I'm going to get, and I'm going to take a random card. All right.
You know, I hate to do it, but I'm going to do the random as well because I really need a particular card to pull off this combo that I want to do.
Oh no, that makes me really nervous because it means I'm going to get my bug handed
It's all
to me.
good.
All right, I'm going to take this card.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Interesting.
Ooh.
Ay, ay, ay. I'll grab another random card.
Okay.
And your last card, your fifth card?
Well, I think it's really important to point out here that you're attacking with the icons on top.
Correct.
And you're also defending with them.
Correct.
So I'm noticing a lot in the follow-up bar where I might be able to defend and attack with one, but my follow-up are 3 choices kind
exactly.
of.
There's a little bit of give and take.
There.
Yes, yes. Depending upon the abilities and the attack positions on the card, the follow-up bar is adjusted accordingly. So one thing I haven't explained yet is the actual result of combat. So we'll do that right now when we do our first card.
Yeah, so you're going to go first. You're going to attack me because you're the Kurgan.
Yeah. Let's see.
But we put our cards down together, right?
Correct. So we're both going to choose one card. We're going to put it face down in the center.
Okay, I'm going to play that one.
And then we flip the card and line them up. When we line them up, if no icons line up, it is considered a strike, and the offensive player does damage to the defensive player equal to the number of icons on his card, or his or her card. In this situation, at least one icon lined up, so it is a successful block. So even if it's just one, it's 100% blocked.
Oh, that's awesome.
If you covered up, if every single icon matches, in this case it doesn't, but if all the icons match, it's a perfect block, and the offensive player takes the damage.
Oh.
So right now, I swung on the top right, you blocked on the top left, they both line up, no damage is done. My ability doesn't do anything at this time. Does your ability do anything right now?
No, I don't think so.
No? All right, so we go to the next round of combat.
Yeah.
And flip. Ho ho!
Ah.
All right, so we line them up. Looks like I got 1 damage in, so you go ahead and take a hit. You're down to 1 strike, or one damage.
Yeah.
And then my ability triggers if the attack positions in this follow-up bar are included on my previous follow-up bar, which they both are. I do an extra damage, so now you take 2. Or you take 1 more. So you've taken 2.
Oh, where'd my 2
Oh, but
go?
hold on. Sorry. Go ahead and redo your ability.
Nullify the ability on your opponent's combat
Yeah, so
card.
you
Oh,
cancel my extra damage. So,
awesome.
lucky you. I actually got my ability to trigger, but you counter it. Oh, man. All right, let's see what we can do here. What is next? What is next? Okay. I'm going to do this because I really need something. And flip it. Ho-ho. So the attack position is in the follow-up bar. We line them up. Oh, nothing lines up. I have 2 icons. I do 2 damage to you.
Oh,
your ability will nullify mine, so I don't get the extra draw for this being a clash. But you do take the damage.
All right.
All right, I'm on the upper hand now. 1 more card, and then we're gonna switch positions here. This is a hard one. Which way do I go?
Okay, I made a mistake. I drew cards, but now with the pattern that I have in my hand, I'm not going to be able to play both of them.
So we're only going to be playing one of them.
Okay.
And then we're going to get new cards for the next round of combat.
That makes me happy.
But if you do play one that you can't match the follow-up bar of, you take the damage.
Okay.
Flip it. Ho-ho. Oh, you blocked my headshot. Dang. All right. It is not a strike. It is considered a block.
Right.
So no more damage is done.
Awesome.
All of the played combat cards now go to the discard pile.
Okay.
And you are now the offensive player.
Okay.
And we continue the game by drafting a new hand of cards.
This is very cool. Very cool. I'm 3-0, but I'll take it.
Well, 2 more damage, and you do get to unlock that first ability to catch up to me. So we'll see what happens.
Like you were mentioning, Connor's first ability is defensive, and the Kurgan's is offensive, and that's very thematic to who's the more offensive player or not. You want to play one more round?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay.
You go first.
Awesome.
I'll take one off the top as well. Making sure these line up. I don't want to take that extra damage. Flip a replacement. Hoo-hoo. Hoo-hoo. I'll take this one. There's another one. Now, the air conditioning in here can get pretty chilly at times.
It's a mighty nice jacket you have there to keep you warm from the air conditioning.
It is pretty nice. It is pretty nice.
Okay, I drew.
Yeah, it's to me. I'm really torn right now. I'll do this. Now flip a card.
Okay.
I believe that's 4. Yes, so this is the last card. Card 5.
I'll take this one.
Ooh.
Okay.
And I'll take that for sure. All right, goes to combat. We both play a card. Let's see what happens.
Let's start with this. Okay.
And flip it. Oh, you got me.
Strike.
Nothing lines up. I take a hit. Ding. It is not blocked, so I get nothing, and that ability doesn't trigger because you have no follow-up bars on previous cards.
Awesome. Okay.
Let's see what's next here.
Okay.
Ouch, I can't do this. All right, let's do this. Yes, all right, flip it. Dang it. None of those line up again. I swear this is not rigged. I take 2. My ability does not trigger because I don't have 2 previous bars. What is yours saying?
If your opponent's next combat card this round includes a foot icon in the attack position, deal 1 damage to the opponent. So then you're going to try and avoid.
Yeah, I don't want to play the right foot.
Your right foot.
Flip it.
Flip it.
Ooh, oh, this is interesting. So it's blocked. I did play the right foot, so I take a damage because of your previous ability.
I didn't think you were going to.
Yeah, that's why I did it, because I had a feeling you were going to try to hit me there. But my ability also triggers if 1 attack position on this card is on the 2 previous cards' follow-up bar, which it is, this left hand, I deal 1 damage to you, so you take a hit. So we're both at 4.
I was just catching up.
I know, this is the last card of this round. Can I defend against you? We'll look at that follow-up bar, because I don't want to take any more damage. All right, this is a gamble.
Oh, I have a brain fart.
No,
okay.
I don't want to do that. Yes, I do want to do that. Oh my gosh, flip it. Oh, I'm an idiot. I blocked left and right. You went right in the center. You hit me. What does your ability say?
If this clash results is strike, deal 1 damage to the opponent.
And it was a strike. You got the headshot in. I take another hit. I'm at 6. You're at 4. In theory, we would continue to play to 12, but since we're only going to play 2 rounds, you got it. Congratulations. You killed me.
Thank you very much.
There can be only one, and it is not the Kurgan. Nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for playing Highlander the Duel. I hope you enjoyed it.
Chris, thank you very much for showing it to us. We really appreciate it, and we appreciate your time. How do I get my hands on the Highlander?
Yeah, it's going to be available on Kickstarter in middle of September, so definitely keep your eyes open on Kickstarter. And, just type on in Highlander, I'm sure you'll come across it.
Sounds good. Do you know what kind of pledge levels you're going to have yet for the Kickstarter?
We do. We're just going to have 2 simple levels. We're going to have the Highlander, where you get 1 copy of the game for $19.
Okay.
And then we're going to have the Gathering, where you get a deluxe version, which is the base game, plus a playmat and some sleeves. And hopefully, depending upon the stretch goals, we'll get some better quality damage tokens and some better quality minis as well. So we're really excited about the stretch goals to get some better quality product out to the fans.
Sounds good. This is obviously a 2-player game, and we only play 2 rounds. What would you say the gameplay is here?
It plays in about 10 to 15 minutes, depending upon how fast the players are. But usually, we have 2 rounds at 4 life out of 12. It's about 6 rounds, 5 to 6 rounds. It depends. Sometimes 4 if some of those abilities line up properly. So it really depends.
Chris, do you have any other projects that you're working on at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, over at Ultra Pro Entertainment, I just had 2 new games that just came out here at Gen Con. One is called Fetch, and the other is called Battle Kittens, and they both are sold out, so it's pretty awesome.
Congratulations.
So it's pretty exciting.
Really exciting
definitely,
for you.
Definitely. But those will be available online pretty shortly as well from Ultra Pro.
And if people want to learn more about your projects, where can they go?
Well, definitely B&B Game Studios website, which is bnbbizcorp.com.
Very cool.
Or just check out Board Game Geek and look for myself or B&B Game Studio.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate
Thank you.
it. Have a good night.
Have a good one.